The moment my brother was ripped in half by a grizzly's jaws, something clicked inside me. This whole migration thing? It's nothing but a biological pyramid scheme. And not just any pyramid scheme. It's the kind where you pay with your life, and then they put you on a nature documentary as some kind of inspirational story. Let me take you back 10 years. The day I hatched in the gravel beds of a cold mountain stream, the first breath I took, the first speck of food I ate, it was all decomposed flesh from the generation before me. My parents, my aunts, my uncles, all of them rotting in the riverbed so I could exist. At the time, I thought it was beautiful. The circle of life, legacy, sacrifice. Now, I realize it was just a trap. They died for me. So now I'm supposed to die for the next generation. Sounds noble, right? But let's be honest, it's just generational debt. Your dad worked himself to death for you, so now you gotta do the same for your kids. Forever. No one ever gets to just live. When I was 3, the river decided I was ready. It shoved me and 100,000 other juveniles out to sea like some kind of forced graduation ceremony. Good luck out there. Come back when you're ready to die. And for 7 years, that's exactly what I did. I swam. I ate. I grew. I survived. Sharks, orcas, fishing nets, all of it. I thought I was building a life. Turns out, I was just saving up for my own funeral. Scientists call it spawning instinct. Sounds very official, very dignified. But you know what it really is? It's a GPS tracker hardwired into my brain that says, time's up, go home, die. And I'm supposed to just obey? I don't want to swim 3,000 miles just to die. I don't want to get slapped out of the air by some bear who's been camping by the river like it's a free buffet. I don't want to hurl myself at a waterfall 17 times until my body is broken. I don't want to drag my rotting flesh across the shallows just to lay eggs I'll never see hatch. I don't want to dissolve into riverbed sludge 3 days later like I never even existed. Why should I die for the next generation? They're not my kids, not really. I'll never raise them, never teach them anything, never even meet them. By the time they hatch, I'll already be nutrients. They'll eat what's left of me, swim out to the ocean, and live their own lives without ever knowing my name. And here's the part that really gets me. Who exactly benefits from my sacrifice? The circle of life, they say. The beauty of nature. Legacy. But what am I actually passing on? Pain? A 3,000-mile death march? The privilege of being torn apart so the next sucker can do it all over again? Some fish told me once, if you don't go back, your genes die with you. Your whole life will have been meaningless. And I said, so what? Meaningless beats pointless. My genes haven't done anything for me except program me to starve for 30 days and swim across an ocean to die in a ditch. Why should I be loyal to that? Another fish said, but if you don't sacrifice yourself, what about the next generation? What about the river ecosystem? And I said, why is that my problem? The next generation? I've never even met them. Why should I die for strangers? The ecosystem's been running for millions of years. It's not gonna collapse because one salmon said, nah, I'm good. And let's talk about who actually benefits from my death. The bears? They sit by the river every year like it's a drive-through window, just waiting for us to throw ourselves into their mouths. The next generation? They eat my corpse, grow up, and then get tricked into the same death march 7 years later. The river? The river doesn't care if I live or die. It's just a cold, indifferent machine, and I'm just a part, a replaceable, expendable part. So I made a decision. I'm not going back. I'm staying right here in the Pacific, living one more day, then another, then another. I'm going to explore waters I've never seen, chase squid I've never chased, drift in warm currents, dodge sharks in cold ones. I'm going to do what I want to do, not what my DNA is forcing me to do. The ones who go back, they'll end up on nature documentaries. Some British narrator will call them magnificent and heroic. Kids will write essays about them in school. But what happens to them? They die in the rapids. They die at the base of waterfalls. They die in shallow pools, bodies falling apart while they're still breathing. 3 days later, they're nothing but fertilizer. Not even bones left. And me? Maybe I'll get eaten by an orca. Maybe I'll get caught in a net. Maybe I'll starve somewhere in the open ocean. But at least I'll die on my terms. At least I'll die mine. My name doesn't matter. I'm just a salmon. I'm 10 years old. I was supposed to go home and collect my death certificate this year. But right now, I'm floating in the Pacific, soaking up the sun, because I finally figured it out. Why die for a meaning that was never yours? When you can live for something real